guys, welcome back to a brand new episode. Today we are head over heels for this woman and her brand. It's Josephine Yap.
Hi, Maggie. Hi, everyone.
Hi. Okay, I know that you are more of a shy girl, and I just want to say thank you for saying yes to coming on the show.
I'm really glad to be here.
Yeah,
I got so much to say also.
I know. I mean, the whole intention of bringing Josephine here really is to talk about her journey. I think by now, most of you already know about her brand Fondest, which we will talk about later. But of course, I think ultimately it's really that farewell Fondest episode that has just passed, right? You just finished your pop-up like last month. I think by the time this episode is out, it's already July.
Yeah.
So when did it end?
I think June 25th.
That was
But
the last
we're
one.
not really like, it's like the last pop-up, but operation-wise, it's still ongoing
Still
until
ongoing.
end July.
Till the end of July. So you guys can still go check out the collection. I think whatever she's wearing right now is like the outfit that I see everywhere in town right now, babe. The
Really?
corset. Yeah, I see the
Can you
corset
snap me a
everywhere.
picture?
Okay, I'll send you a picture the next time I see.
Randomly.
Like I go Watama, I see people wearing. I go Mid Valley, I see at least one corset. I go this event, I see at least one person
But I
wearing
think
it.
usually like friends.
Well, yeah, I do see like non-friends, like people who I
really?
don't know wearing it. So
Why I never get to see that one? I need to go shopping
you know why?
malls
You're in your
more.
office too much. You're working too much. You're not out.
Yeah, that's probably why I need to go out shopping mall, just start sitting there and like...
Anyway, Josephine, I think we would love to get to know you. I think this is something that I've wanted to do for a long time. I feel like I know you, but I don't really know you. You know, like, do you remember when we first met? Trick
Is this
question.
a test? Let me think.
Well, no, I still don't remember. I was trying to
Okay.
I was trying to recall. And I think we started really actually having conversation when we were doing the movie together
Yeah.
by my side.
Yeah.
So Josephine and I were starring in one of the movie by Jenny Boy TV like years ago.
cringe.
So cringe. It's now on Netflix. Do you know?
No, you don't know.
So I tagged everyone and everyone was like, what? It's now on Netflix? Like our worst nightmare, right? Because we are so cringe looking at
Yeah.
ourselves. Now the whole world can see. But anyway, yeah, I think that was our very first time actually having conversation. And after that, you kind of like quiet down a little bit and then you started Fondest.
Yeah.
So tell me about you. Like, what's your childhood like?
Childhood.
Yeah, let's go back in time first.
Wow.
How were you like growing up?
I think in secondary, there was two phases. One phase where I was very rebellious, very naughty. Yeah, my parents, man. But after that, I became very, very quiet, like super quiet. And then I went through another. I think my family we went through something, and then I became very quiet from that onwards.
I think when you say quiet, you just don't really speak a lot. You just I think you're a very good listener. You rather observe and listen than to just say something
Yeah.
in situations, right?
Yeah, back then, I think now maybe I'm more like open. Back then, I think if I still have a choice, I still prefer to like just sit quietly and just observe,
Yeah.
so I can save the energy.
Yeah. I think you are one the energy saver kind of person, right?
Yeah.
I'm the one who gives everything, and by the end of any conversation, I'm so drained, I'm tired because I give my all. But like I think maybe you're a little bit of the opposite.
Yeah.
So I think because you're also a social media personality, a content creator, which means you need to put yourself out there. Before you became one, how did it start? Like, how
my
did it even
God.
start? Can you like
It's
walk
so
us
bad,
through?
Maggie. Like one thing I really appreciate about, because my one is kind of like luck. I would really say that how I got on was pure luck.
How?
I didn't really work hard like everyone else. You know how people have the intention to be, I think what they call it now is influencers.
Yeah, but let's just say content creator.
Yeah, content creator. So they really work hard. They put in so much time and effort to build something up, and some of them never really get to like hit the peak. But I was very lucky that Ruben was the one who kept asking me to join their video because they needed a girl, and I was working as a barista like part time for him.
Which
and
cafe?
Morningwood for Marian and
They They opened a cafe together then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was in Subang, correct?
Yes, so I was
Okay.
working there part-time. And for 6 months, I think, or more than that, like maybe about 5 to 6 months, Ruben kept asking me to to just act in Jin's video. He even brought Jin to meet me and interview me with a camera. I was like, no, I don't do this kind of thing. It's so not me. And yeah, but then like I went on to study, continue my degree because I was supposed to study psychology, which is what I initially wanted to. But I chickened out 3 weeks before I was supposed to fly to UK. So like,
Why? What happened?
I think it's the fear of leaving home.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, so I just like, nope, not
Okay.
flying off. And then I supposed to wait for another year to study psychology, but it's like 1 whole year. And my mom kept telling me she don't think, out of love, she don't recommend me to study psychology because she felt like my family history has a lot of genetics. We have like more prone to. Yeah, so she don't think like I should understand this so deep level and stuff, just an advice. Eventually I felt like, I should listen to my mom because they know what's best most of the time. Then I proceed on to just getting a degree, so I get a paper.
So what did you end up studying? Mass comm?
International business and
right.
marketing.
Okay.
Yeah, but my dad was very like, my dad is so sweet. He knows that I won't. He knows that my real passion since day one was fashion. Yeah, but I did a diploma in business because I didn't want to do fashion.
Yeah.
I felt like it's not profitable, it's not sustainable, it's impossible. So at the age of 20 or 21, I went on taking a degree. 6 weeks later, I told my dad, but I don't think I can do this anymore. And I felt so bad. I really felt so bad. So that's when I told myself, like, you know what, I'm gonna try my best to earn back whatever and pay back my dad, that kind of thing. So I called Ruben. Do you still need a girl? It's like damn random one. Like, I'll try act in one of your videos. I was so bad at it. Like the first video was so bad, second video was so bad. Even like, makeup, all this, I didn't know how to
Really?
use. Yeah, so I used sunblock. And it's like so reflective with the light, right?
My God.
It's like very bad one.
Yeah.
Yeah, then like it was so bad, and then the third video just blew up. Like,
Which was the video that blew up? Do you remember?
yeah, the one with
Was it in the university scene where you
Yes.
walk in as in a hoodie? I remember watching that one.
something changed me. I can't remember also the name.
It's okay. We will go back and check. I'm so sure those of you guys watching know exactly which video she's talking about. You know what? We always feel cringe looking at ourselves because we are so self-critical, right? But you were fine. Honestly, not that bad leh.
No, damn bad.
No lah.
Like now, if anytime I look back at anything that I did before, just like, oh, damn cringe.
Yeah, okay, fair. That's super valid point.
Yeah.
But so meaning you went back to Ruben's offer much later, despite the consistent persuasiveness and consistent ask from them, right? To be
Yeah.
in their video.
Yeah.
Did you regret?
Joining that.
Yeah, because that changed your life.
No, it taught me so much. Like,
Yeah.
I became a bit more extrovert and comfortable. So I used to be very awkward. Like, like girls when they go cafe, you just sit down and like your friends will just take a picture or like take a picture together. One picture is the max I'll go, man. Like one picture with my group of
Really?
friends, that's it. Because I feel like very like awkward. Like, why am I like, keep taking pictures?
Oh
It
my
was
God.
and my best friend helped me a lot with this. Like when I started, doing clients stuff, right? So my best friend would just like, just do it. Don't care what other people thinks about you. Just do it.
Yeah.
Like you're getting paid, right? This is a job, so just do it.
Right.
And she have to constantly brainwash me.
Oh my gosh, I feel like your journey is so different from many others. As I guess I can only compare it with mine. Mine also came by chance, but I think for you it was also by chance. But like you were also struggling to take it on because of your
Actually,
own nature.
You were saying your journey. How was your journey like?
I think mine's different. I was in radio, and then Instagram became a thing, and then my bosses just started giving me KPI. That okay, by the end of this year you should have X amount of followers because we need to push you guys for clients as radio announcers at the time. So then I had to so I don't have to just talk on radio anymore. I have to also do content now. All right, Instagram, sure, let me figure this out. So slowly, I learned how to do content, but it was never really my first passion. I feel like it's a lot of work, leh.
Yeah, Instagram is a lot of work. Actually, everything.
Everything is. So, but I think for me, I've always been quite of an extrovert. So that's not a big issue
I'm
for
trying
me.
to be that.
Yeah. So what do you think has changed since you started until now?
I used to be very, very timid.
Yeah.
Like very like,
Timid because you're scared, or timid or because you feel like whatever you say, people may not take you seriously, or what was
I think I'm constantly afraid of getting judged back then. Like even when I know what I'm doing it's right, I'll still feel like better not voice it, don't draw any attention. It's best to keep yourself like, down low.
yeah, okay, I can't help but notice this thing that you said, right? I had to do some research about you, Josephine, because you were coming on the show, and I realized you didn't do a lot of interviews. You were very particular. You chose your interviews.
I think I'm only like, especially like something like this recording
Yeah.
usually has to be with someone I'm really familiar with.
You're comfortable, right? So
Yeah.
thanks for coming on. But this was something that you said in one of your interviews. This was, I think, with Bureau. Do you mind me reading out for you? Okay. I don't know if you remember you said this. So it says, but I have always felt a strong conflict in being a social media personality. I do believe in pushing myself out of my comfort zone in order to grow, but after 4 to 5 years, I still felt like what I was doing simply wasn't right. So my question is, what wasn't right? Because I felt like you were doing so well. I think you blew up and your following went up. You have like over 200,000 followers, and we all know how valuable it is in the industry, right? To
Yeah.
have that amount of following. But like it's so interesting for me to know that internally you were also so conflicted. So what wasn't right for you? Like what didn't feel right?
I think many things didn't felt right at the start, but eventually I could adjust and change my mind, like perspective about it. But the one that made me felt like it was very, like until now I'll still feel it, was
You can just share.
you know that we all know that Instagram is just the best version of yourself. And we know that whatever we upload is what we choose to upload. But and I know like a lot of people say that, I'm pretty sure they're aware. Yeah, they're aware. But sometimes when you're in a very bad mental state, you will just notice, you will see your friends' stories or like whoever you follow. And you'll just see like everyone's life look like it's so fun and so good. It might not be, you know that they are probably just posting what they're happy with, but it affects you and you feel more lonely. And I think with that, I constantly have that conflict where I'm making Instagram so polished and it's just like, it makes me feel really weird when I upload things, especially when it's not an ad.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be genuine online.
Yeah.
But it's very hard for me to like be genuine.
Right.
Yeah.
I think
I struggle with that a lot.
putting a part of you online that will be there forever, and people will have an opinion of, and people will have something to say about, whether or not it's good or bad, it's scary. And on top of how it was for you already, your starting point, you already had to struggle with like your social anxiety and like the fear of being judged. It's even harder. I can only imagine.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
think also a sense of guilt though, when like you show your lifestyle, and sometimes it worries me that people think that like they need to have this also in order to be that. And I think there is a lot of conflict in that sense where I feel like that responsibility is so heavy.
Yeah,
Like honestly, I'm pretty sure you experienced this also.
for sure.
Yeah, whether how frequent, I'm sure actually all content creator go through a bit of this. Some are stronger, some are lesser. So it's not really that easy for everyone.
Yeah. And I think you also mentioned that you took a break from being a content creator, did you? To start Fondest.
Yeah.
So before we talk about Fondest, I kind of want to touch on this for a little bit.
Oh, I didn't really take a break. I think I took a last year. maybe like I kind of like really just like cut it. Yeah.
Cut it, not even a break.
Not really cut it, like whatever that I've signed on, I will just continue finishing. And those brands that I genuinely love and or have good relationship with, then I will continue working with them, but I will not take on anything new.
Right.
Yeah.
And why is what made you make that decision? Because we all know that social media these days can pay. You can make a career out of it, but you chose not to do that despite already having the foundation laid for you.
I think having a lot of conflict. So
what we mentioned.
Yeah, every time when I
earlier.
do, like I'll feel guilty and doesn't serve me right. And when I'm working on Fondest, I feel more
Fulfilled.
Yeah, I feel more fulfilled.
Yeah.
Even though it's harder, but I feel like
I like that. So in one of your interview with Joseph Germani in 2017,
she brought this up just now. Yeah, I'm like,
he asked you, what was your childhood dream? And you said, do you remember what you said?
oh yeah,
You remember what you said?
Oh my god, I remember
You
this.
remember what you said? Oh yeah.
Yes.
She said fashion designer.
Yeah, since I was like very young.
Yeah. You see how your eyes just lit up when I say fashion designer?
Yeah.
I love that. Did you guys see the difference? So tell me, like, where was your love with fashion? Where did it come from? And like, who was your influence growing up? Because it has to come from somewhere, right?
There's no influence, you know.
Really?
My mom told me she got very annoyed with me when she always say this to a lot of people, how she thought like when she have a daughter, she'll be able to like
Dress her up.
Yeah, dress her up, wear matching outfit.
Yeah.
But she said before I turned 2, I was very like naughty already. I'll go to my own thing and I'll take out what she put on me, like close to 2 years old, and then I will pick clothes. Like
dress yourself up.
I'll dress myself up.
At 2 years old, girl, you're born with it. I love it. So from your love for fashion, since you were like, basically since you were born, till, I think that just never left you. Because I can tell and I can see through all your interviews, that's that one consistent thing that you keep mentioning, you keep bringing up, your love for fashion, your love for fashion. So tell us about Fondest. So to those of you guys who may not know, but I'm pretty sure most of you do, Fondest is a brand that's all about figure-friendly fits for your beautiful curves. And you guys are very passionate about minimizing waste as well. Because we all know fast fashion, the amount of waste that it can create. And, you know. So yes, tell us about Fondest.
I think I started Fondest around 2019 actually.
The ideation started 2019.
No, I actually started 2019, but not a lot of people know about this because I was doing content creator like full time. I remember I was in one of Samsung launch on around August.
The event.
Yeah, and I was very busy, but that was my launch date also. So I launched it and I wanted to like just try to tap in another country and not using like any of mine. Yeah, to see how it works. But yeah, I realized eventually I only could do one collection and that's it. It stopped there because I get very caught up. Just one person is not possible. I need like to build it properly. Then MCO. So I think around January 2020, told myself like I'm gonna do it this year. Pandemic came. It was like a perfect time because like not really perfect. There was a lot of anxiety
For sure.
because like the stock was placed already, right? But then like it gave me a lot of time to really go in depth and think about what I want to do with it and how frequent should I launch it. Because production takes about 6 months
Per collection.
Yeah. 6 months is healthy, but the bare minimum is 4 months. If you want to stress yourself out, then 4 months you have to already draw a design in sampling and keep chasing your manufacturer for the production stocks. Yeah, you'll stress everyone out if you want to do it in 4 months.
So what's your timeline? 6 months usually?
I think 5 months.
And who designs everything?
I would say me and my assistant.
Wow.
At the start was me, but mid of last year, I hired an assistant. Sometimes she helped me find like trend research because we started doing every month. She'll look at trend research and eventually she'll look at how fast something goes out. And we kind of like recreate something from there and
I think it's funny because you brought it up. The first time I ever heard of Fondest wasn't from you.
Really?
No, I heard
Really?
of Fondest as a standalone brand that I didn't know who founded this brand actually. Quite cool and quite nice. Yeah, yeah. I mean, at that time, I was kind of dabbling into thinking, okay, maybe I should. I've always wanted to start my own like body wear, like bodysuit and all that. Okay, now that the idea is out, I don't know like, if I ever do it. But like that's when I started doing research as well. And then Fondest was one of the brand like that popped up. I'm like, wow, this brand's got really solid direction, I felt. And I really liked the name. And then at the time, it was only a first few pieces. There was not a lot. I think then the following also not a lot yet on Instagram. I think you guys were just starting out.
I think it's around the 2019.
Correct. It was around that time. And that was when I first heard of Fondest. It was not from you. And then I think later on only you kind of like revealed that, yes, it's your brand.
Yeah, yeah.
Was that scary to like tell people, hey, this is what I'm doing now? Or like that was something you've always wanted to do?
I think I get like, usually I get covered like, how do I say, nervous or scared, and then excitement. Woo!
No, I get that. But yeah, of course, unfortunately, you also recently announced that the brand will be taking a break.
Yeah.
The collection that you're wearing right now is the final Farewell Fondest collection. And like you said, the pop-up ended already last month, but it will continue on for the rest of July. And then after that, will be it will be a goodbye indefinitely, right?
Not really.
No, really?
Oh no, wait. You do know that we're actually taking a break, so it's like not a complete goodbye, right?
Yes, correct. I know that.
So
but
my goal
indefinitely,
is,
right?
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like my goal is to hopefully be able to find people that are interested to take on the current stocks that I have.
Hey,
Because I don't want to devalue the brand
for sure.
and like the price that we already set.
Yes.
So these are like the final price. I'm just looking at if there's anyone keen to put in their store, and yeah, I'll just leave it there and then take a certain cut.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me get this right. You are not closing the brand.
No.
Yeah, that one I know because you only said that this is our last collection for
Some
now.
people misunderstood though.
Yes, actually, I
Yeah.
misunderstood as well.
Yeah.
Which is why I think we got you on this podcast to clear the air once and for all, because I know you're tired telling people one by one.
Yeah. Everyone asked me the same question.
Yeah, everybody's been spamming Josephine, asking her about why did you...
In person also.
Yeah, in person. And why are you ending the brand? Why are you ending the brand? I guess even I got confused. So let's be clear, guys. She's not closing Fondest, but
Yeah.
that is just the final collection for now because why? Are you burnt out? Are you tired?
At first I was very burnt out. So Marian actually was the first person to help me break down. Because I told Marian I want to close everything down. Like during Chinese New Year, you know, like that collection was with her.
Yes.
Yeah, so I told her like we had a meal and I was like, actually after this, like, don't worry. Like, I kept telling my friends, so I think 2 to 3 of my closest friends, like, don't worry, I've made a decision. I'm okay. I'm gonna close Fondest down. You don't react, okay? Don't react. Like that. I'm like crazy.
Yeah.
And like all of them consistently told me like you're not thinking straight. Like
Right.
I think you really need to think through this. And I'm like, no, I'm really okay. I feel like it's the best and it's time to move on. And eventually, like after 1 month-ish that set in, I was like, one day I just like, I can't. I started breaking down and like, I even called Adele to talk to Adele, like very random. And Adele also helped me realize that you really just need to take a break. Like it's okay to take a break. And yeah, that really made me realize how much I love doing and working on Fondest.
Yeah.
And I really don't want to like just put it down. I just need a break to like restructure things.
Right. And I mean, talking about your burnout, when was your last break?
I think around November I had quite a good break.
Okay.
I'd say.
Did that help?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It did a bit.
So how do you cope every time when let's say you can't take a break, but you know you have so much on your plate? How do you cope?
Wait, let me like clarify this. Whenever we say break, right? I'm pretty sure Maggie, you're on the same page.
Yeah.
Your break is never like, I think a lot of people misunderstand taking a break is like your mind just completely go off work. there's no such thing.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You're always constantly thinking about what's next.
Yeah.
And I think having a break for us means like just being able to like not be every minute thinking about it, every minute working on it, every minute sitting on a chair.
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So November I had that, and
And
it felt very
was it
good.
Japan?
Oh, Japan was March.
Oh,
So
okay.
this was after I told my girls already.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Early March I told my girls.
Yeah. Okay. So, of course, with burnout, with struggle, we want to know like what's your biggest challenge running Fondest that led you to come to this decision today? Like really, what is the hardest thing? I think you talk about it being difficult, but I kind of want to know details if you can share. How hard is it?
So you have like marketing, advertising, product design, all these different things that you need to look after. And it's really not possible doing it alone. You need a strong team member or a partner with still a couple of strong team members would be nice.
Yeah.
To really run things efficiently. Or else like I think what hit me was around August, I think.
Last year?
Yeah, last year. Because my dad matters most to me.
Yeah.
And like my whole life, I would say my goal, I hope my dad don't watch this. Like my
Hi,
whole
uncle.
life, my goal is to like really give my dad the best. Because he gave me the best. I really feel like in every situation my dad can give me 101, he'll give it to me for sure.
Yeah.
And like I think that's my goal. I want to give him even more than what he gave me, which is quite tough lah, but
A good life, you mean?
yeah. So I think August he texts one day he did text me in the morning, and my message gets so swamped that I didn't even see his message. And I think around 6-ish like evening he called me. It's like texted you since morning the whole day, like, and I think he might have texted me twice and I didn't even notice message. I didn't even see it. Like it's not even I saw it then didn't reply.
Yeah.
I didn't even see it. Then it's just like it just hit me a bit lor. And I think I broke down a bit after that. But then it came another time, like my mom, right before I left home, she was like, I don't know, I just saw she was like pressing her hand.
Yeah.
It's just like normal lah. Like sometimes I do that a lot actually, because like our body's sore ma. Then later on I found out she went to the hospital because she thought she might have a stroke. And it was just like I think 2 hours ish. I saw because I have my dad's location. Yeah, because because like I saw my dad is in the hospital. I was like, why are you in the hospital? It's like, oh, he brought my mom to the hospital because my mom felt like her hand went numb and she might get stroke or something. She was worried. It just made me feel like, wow, my mom saw me, leaving home. The hospital is in Subang. Our house is in Klang. I go to Damansara to work, Mont Kiara. Why didn't you just tell me? But for her, it's like she don't want to trouble me. She feel like I'm too busy.
Yeah.
And really, like, all these things really hit me when I try hiring people go in and out a lot nowadays. Especially with with fashion, it's a very fast-paced
For sure.
industry. It's really crazy. And with that, it's like, I think I really asked myself, like, I'm never really present with my parents and I keep saying that I love them. I work so hard because I really enjoy what I do, but also what motivates me is to give back to my dad. But my dad doesn't even want it. Like, all he asks is for my time. So, yeah, that's why I feel like, you know what? It's time to just take a break and restructure things.
Yeah. I think that hit hard, right? Like, he doesn't want what you are trying to give him. All he wants is you.
Yeah.
Your time.
Like, proper time.
Yeah. And was it hard to have that conversation with them? Or did you ever have that conversation with them? Like,
I didn't really have that conversation.
But it's just like something you just know.
I talked to them only after I spoke to Kimi. I saw Kimi came here also. Yeah.
Kimi Coco Dry?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like yeah, like it was very hard lah, because I know like my parents, they will always like want to, like, they're always very protective.
They want the best for you. They just want you to be happy.
Yeah, so like telling them that means I have to be vulnerable, which yeah, it's a bit awkward.
I get that. I think until today, no
Asian.
matter what the struggle I have with my mom, I still can't bring myself to have that talk with my mom. It's hard. I think it's a very common struggle amongst, I don't know about non-Asian kids lah, but like Asian kids, it's hard to be confrontational with your parents.
Was your like confrontational more like towards you being upset about something she do? Or
Yeah, try not upset, like, hey, kind of like similar situation to you, like I know you love me and I know you want me to be there, but sometimes, like conversations like that, even to say I love you, it's hard for me, okay?
Really?
Yeah, I don't think you can say I love you to
I'll
your
say I love you to my dad so many times. Back then, he'll just reply, okay. I'm like, what? Or he'll ask me, what do you want?
Daddy's girl, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I can hear your struggle as a entrepreneur running your own brand and doing it all by yourself. Was it a choice? I mean, did you try to look for a partner to do this with you?
Yeah, throughout the years, I kept an eye open for a partner. I never really, I found like I would say two that I felt like had potential. But when we go in depth, it didn't work out. Yeah.
What didn't work out?
I think most of the time they don't see. Yeah. And others, the other one was like, this one I didn't really look at partnership, but more like profit sharing partners.
Yeah.
She also tried, and I really felt like she's so good. Until today, I'll still say she's so good. But she felt like this industry might not be a thing
For her.
She prefer corporate.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Yeah, so it's like personal preference, so it didn't work out.
So are you still looking then?
Yes. I'm actually speaking to someone that I think
could be.
Yeah, I'm speaking to a couple, but I feel like this one might be a really good one.
Yeah, I'm excited for you.
I'm also very excited.
The new era of Fondest.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this question, I feel like a lot of people might wonder, because for someone like you who has such a big following on Instagram, they might say, yeah, she has such a big following. What? How hard can it be to start a brand? Everybody's going to buy. She just needs to post about it. What do you have to say about that?
No. It doesn't work like that, okay? I do think we have upper hand in whatever we do. We do have something we can leverage on.
Yes.
But wow, it's not like that.
A trigger, right?
Yeah, because we do get that. I think back then, now not so.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. I think people sometimes think that when you post something means your audience will straight go and buy. It doesn't work like that. It's kind of awareness first. It's just like creating awareness. And then it takes some time for the audience to see that, hey, I think this product is like really good. Because it takes some time, like example, skincare will take some time to show that it's really good. It really works on us. And then they decide to try it out. For skincare, it's sensitive topic also because
everybody's skin is different.
Yeah, everyone's skin is different. Even for clothes, everyone's idea of the quality and price point, it's different.
Really?
And cutting is different.
Oh.
What do you think of our cutting? You can give very honest opinion.
Okay, I think your cutting is my size.
My size?
Because I'm quite big. Because a lot of the local brand, right, their cutting is too small.
Yeah.
But I feel like yours is not small. I feel like it's very, like you said,
it runs
body friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it runs slightly larger, which I love, because I think for me as a tall gal, I'm always UK 10, I'm never size 0. So a lot of the times, like a lot of like all these local brands who's like a bit more dainty, let's say a dress that I'm looking for, my God, their S feels like XXS and I cannot fit leh. I have to always go for L, but feels like an M or sometimes an S because of the cutting. But I think with Fondest, I have to say your cutting is very body friendly, at least for me lah. But I don't know about the petite girls. Again, it's very hard.
Yeah.
How can you please everyone? Because bodies are also different.
Yeah, so that's the thing with clothes also. Everyone's body is different. There's actually about, I think, 7 different type of body a women's body. There's actually 7 types. So the one that I'm targeting, it's more towards pear shape. Pear, hourglass, I would say still okay. Those are the tools that I try to target, which is people with bigger
hips.
bottom.
That's me.
Yeah.
Have big bottom.
Yeah, and the thing is, like I think in Asia, that's why I struggle with most. Trying to find a brand that caters to that. People with bigger bottom, heavier bottoms. And you cannot use you have to use premium fabrics to do this kind of cut. Because or else it wouldn't weight the dress down to fit those people that have a straight body type.
Yes.
Or like a, what is that called? Triangle? Yeah, triangle
shape.
body.
I have to say though, I'm not saying this because you're here on the show, you're the founder, but I would have to say that Fondest really has one of the top tier material for your clothes. One of the better quality ones, and I'm so sure a lot of you guys who are listening who have a piece of Fondest in your wardrobe, you can attest to that. Yeah, I think it's not something I can just talk and lie about because you have to.
That's so sweet.
No, I'm serious.
Actually, I sponsor this podcast one.
No, this is brought to you by Fondest. But no, I'm serious. I mean, of course, I'm not a very girly girl, so some of the dresses just not my style. But if I do look for a dress and I want a good quality one, I can trust your brand, and I think that's something that you've done very well. You've made the brand credible in a sense where no matter what, you're giving your best, and it tells and it can show. It shows.
Yeah,
it
my
really
dad
does.
also told me cause on the first weekend it was really scary. I feel so bad for those people that come
First
especially
weekend
on
of
the
your
first day.
The pop-up?
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
One thing I realized is everyone would come on Saturday, not Sunday. Even the first week, second week, third week, Saturday is always crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What do you learn? Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, I learned that people want to rest on Sunday.
That's
Because
true.
I asked a few of them, all of them said the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah, so on Saturday was really crazy, and I told my dad how, because we screwed up bad, and how people would just wait for the fitting room for 2 hours to 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
And it was, it's not cold there. It's
It's quite
pretty
warm. The location is quite
and
warm.
humid.
I mean, it's outdoor lah.
Yeah, and yet they will wait for that fitting room.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my dad told me I should really find out why. And the second week I got caught up again. I didn't really ask. The third week I actually asked. And he told me it was because of the design and the cutting.
The
I was
quality.
okay. It's good to know that people really do appreciate the effort and time we put in to construct them.
100%. I feel like audiences today are way smarter.
Really.
They are smart buyers. They need to know if the money they put in is worth the value.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think you priced it also really, really well. It's like that sweet spot.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Some
feel like-
outfits, honestly, can be really overpriced. You see the price, you'll be like, huh? This price for this top or this bottom? And then some, if it's too low, you don't know the material good or not.
Yeah,
Right?
That's true. I'll get that. Yeah.
Even us as buyers, as purchasers, right? But I do genuinely think that you did a great job with the price point as well. I think it's a sweet spot that I don't feel, it's not very cheap, but I know if I buy this, it's worth it because it's good stuff. Does that make sense? I mean, this is from a purchaser point of view. Yeah.
Oh,
that's why people
nice.
queue for it.
But then it's a very niche market.
In your designs, you mean?
No, my price point.
Right.
And I think design wise both. Because in Malaysia, 70% is about 70% is Malay market.
Yes.
And most Malay, the mass one wouldn't wear our
Correct. The corsets and stuff.
Yeah. And then when it comes to Chinese, I think it's about 20-ish, if I'm not wrong, or 18-ish percent. And then you have to look also into how many people can actually purchase at this price point, and how frequent can they purchase at this price point. So all these things I really took into factor, and then that's when I realized to sustain this brand, I really need to go overseas. Yeah, if I want to maintain my designs. So
Which is why you went to Singapore as well.
yeah, I went to Singapore.
How's the reception over there for the brand?
Oh, you'll be surprised though. Malaysian customers are easier. I mean, Singapore's are really sweet also.
Just
I
saying.
don't get anything. I mean, Singaporeans are really nice also lah. They really came and they were really understanding because we were short of hand also.
Yes.
it was a mess. One of them even offered like, I can help you. Like if today I got nothing to do, I would have helped you. Like would have worked. I don't mind if you need help tomorrow. Let me know. I'm like, no, it's okay. But
You
it's
mean
so
the Malaysian
sweet.
customer?
No, Singaporean.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're so sweet. Like they're really nice and they really don't mind waiting on. Queuing, it's like I always heard this thing where Singaporeans love to queue. Wow, they really love to queue and they are so patient and so nice compared to Malaysia.
Actually, Malaysians don't like to queue.
Yeah,
See, we never
Malaysians don't
queue
like
one.
queue one.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's in Singapore it's even harder. Maybe because my brand is quite new.
Yeah.
So most of them queue, but some of them don't check out.
Yeah.
Actually, like I would say like about 50-50 or 30-ish.
Yeah.
Won't check out. They will try, but they won't check out because in Singapore it's also very competitive. There is a lot of other clothing brands there. Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
I think Malaysia is easier to convince us. Like, hey, we local brand, ma.
Yeah, they support you. Supporting your own people, you feel that way, right? I know what it feels like going to the gym and feel completely clueless and intimidated. I was once there. That's why I started Motion Lab. We're a fitness studio that focuses on small group classes and personal training. Our goal is simple: to help you move better so you can live better. Start your first class for only 49 ringgit today. For more info, go to www.motionlab.live or check us out on IG at motionlabmy. It's motionlabmy. Another thing that you mentioned, I think I love what you shared about the things you've learned along the way. But you also mentioned that being an entrepreneur is such a lonely journey. Do you still feel that way?
Yes.
Even until today? Yeah? Why?
Don't you?
Yes and no. I feel like it can be lonely, but I'm the kind of person who will reach out. I guess difference in personality also lah kan. And I'm very, very, I rely on my team a lot. In a sense where I want to make sure that they're happy so that they can drive us further. So I don't feel lonely because I feel like we're in it together. But of course, there are a lot of other decision making that only I can make and only I can do. So in that sense, can be lonely. But I do have my own support system, like my friends, my loved ones who can be that voice for me when I need it. So I wouldn't say it's that lonely anymore now. I think in the beginning when I was younger, sure. I don't know about you. How's that like for you?
I think it's still lonely, maybe because for me it's like I need to build a product from scratch, and I know product it's the one that I love most. It's the part that I don't wanna like ever. I think that's the one that I actually like when I was designing this and doing the sampling work, because sampling takes like 3 to 5 rounds to get the cutting right. And then when I was doing it, I was like, shit, I don't think I can let this go. Like, yeah, it's really hard, and loving that part so much and need to like do a lot of other things. And in between you get a lot of struggles and sometimes betrayal. That's when you feel like, wow, like, and you know, they have this saying, employees are never like, how's that word? It's like there's this WhatsApp group that your boss is always out of it.
Right. Yeah.
So I think the
employees are not your best friends.
Yeah.
Right. They are still there for the job, not to be your friend, actually.
Yeah. And sometimes they are secretly like not so happy with you. So
do you feel that way when you were leading the team?
I think that's the one that I'm always worried about.
Right.
Yeah. So like with that, because I do have quite a high turnover. And I realized like at first was because I always hire fresh grad. And I would say also I wasn't a good leader at all.
Why?
I didn't really understand to hire like how to say structure it properly. So that one person might tank up a lot of things.
Yeah.
And it's too much for them.
Yeah.
Like even though I could do it, but my speed is different compared to everyone else's speed. And I think it wasn't really fair for them. I think I only started, I would say a healthy balance was maybe around like end of 2021. Yeah, around there. Or is it early 2021? I lost count of
2021?
years.
It's okay.
It's 2023, right?
Yeah, it's 2023, babe. Are you okay?
I was like, okay,
Lost
sorry.
track of time, right?
Yeah, I think early 2021.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was a healthy balance already. I felt like that
Yeah.
time, the higher everything was like more healthy.
Yeah.
Sorry, end of 2021.
Right. I mean, regardless of the year, managing a team, managing people is not easy, lah, I feel.
Yeah,
I mean,
people-
I've had I have my own team for my stuff as well. And sometimes one of the things that I realize is to be a good leader is very hard. It's really one of the hardest things that I had to learn in the past few years. Right? It's very confronting. It
Yeah.
confronts a lot of things that you've always tried to avoid, I feel.
Yes, like so my toughest part was how, because I'm a people pleaser, I feel like
Me too.
which something can be very unhealthy, you know.
Hard.
Sometimes it's good. I love pleasing people.
Yes, me
like
too.
even like now I have a PT, I want to please them, so I'm like, okay, I need to have progress.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like that kind of thing. But then like sometimes it's so unhealthy. Like example, you get a call like saying they want to work from home. Then you're like, I understand also like, okay lor. Then you know the one time you say okay,
Then it comes the other
they
10
start
times.
calling until the point they will even call that morning itself and say they want to work from home.
Hati, right?
Yeah, it becomes a pattern. And it's very difficult when you strictly tell someone no and why. And you hope that they understand. But they might not. They will feel like, why can't you understand me? I've given you so much. So it's very hard. Like, how do you say no? And, you know, even though like that's the part I struggle a lot with.
Yeah, I think it's
Not
a
confident.
common struggle for people pleasers. I think I was quite an extreme people pleaser, but now I'm like recovering much better already. I still enjoy pleasing. I feel like I like it when people feel happy. I like it when I can make them feel good.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I can fulfill some part of them. But it can be quite crippling in a sense where sometimes I lose a sense of myself. So I make sure that when I do it, it doesn't come with losing part of me as well.
Yeah.
So like, I think to answer your question, how do I say no, right? I don't know if you asked me that question, but I'm going to just address that. I need to learn to draw boundaries. I need to learn. Drawing boundaries to me isn't just drawing a line in the sand, but allowing who can access me. Cannot simply ask me this kind of question. You know you cannot ask this kind of question and you don't ask. Like work from home after 10 times? Come on. You know it's too much already. Why you still want to ask? So for me, it's eventually make them realize that they cannot just
Ask already.
keep stepping over the line lah. Yeah.
My God, it's just like, yeah.
Right? Like the first time, sure, I'm being nice. And I understand sometimes you need that. But like if it keep happening like 10,000 times, 10 times, I think that's a bit much. You should have the awareness yourself that that is not right already, right?
Yeah.
You know, I think it goes both ways. Perhaps the person know that you're too nice and you're very nice. They just keep stepping all over you.
Yeah. And sometimes like, you know, like this is their job scope. They would keep asking you. And then like first few times, like, okay, like you don't understand, it's fine, I'll do and I'll show you. Eventually it becomes a habit.
Yeah.
Months later it's still the same thing
Yeah.
on something so simple and black and white.
Yeah.
Then you just started wondering like, is it because like I'll just do it and then you just
Because yes, sometimes we enable it. Sometimes we like, never mind, let me show you. The 10 times is you showing them and not them actually doing it.
yeah, and then when they do it, they'll still like simply do and then give it to you.
Correct.
Then it's just like you get confused. Like I think
Yeah.
like even with the current person I'm talking to, I told like that person, he or her, to go through to handle HR.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like what really drains me out was I kept trying to fix my weakness because I know I'm very weak at HR. It's really bad. And I keep trying to improve in that, but it also really drains me out when I feel like my strength is a lot more on product and creative side or like marketing. It's really not on this, and I shouldn't keep trying to like fix this part. Yeah. So yeah.
Just want to add on to what you said. One thing I learned in my journey as well, I mean, we're not doing $1 million business, but we are still leading team, right? But I feel like at some point I realized I need to identify what I'm really good at and what I'm really so shit at. Like you said, HR. For me, it's finance, accounting. Oh my God, don't even ask me what claim, what I don't know how much on. That's why I think it's important to hire people that are better than you. You know, hire people that are better than you in things that you're not good at. Then you can focus on things that you're actually good at and be even better at, and have someone who's maybe good at what they're good at to fill in the blanks for you. Instead of trying to split yourself to be good at everything, and in the end, you just absolutely can't excel in any department as well.
I'm going to ask you what I asked myself last time.
What?
So I'll say like, am I being lazy? Am I like avoiding like what
To
I'm
hire
bad
people?
at? No, I'll tell myself like maybe I'm avoiding what I'm bad at. Like I don't want to fix what I'm bad at. So like this kind of thing keep going in my head. I'm just like, okay, I keep trying to fix it and try to fix it.
I had that too. I'm like, okay, I need to maybe go accounting seminar and whatnot to be better at. But like, then I spend so much time in this, then I neglect the other part which I'm supposed to do. Then, you know, you can't have it all. You can't have it all. I don't think it's lazy. I no longer think that I'm lazy if I'm not good at something. If I have the time to invest in that, sure. But if it's going to be time sensitive when it comes to something like a business, my team still has to run whether or not I'm good at something, you know.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not gonna wait until you're good at something and then you'll wait, you know.
Yeah, I wish that hit me earlier.
Yeah, but you know, we learn. That's why it's called growing, right? Like we grow and we learn along the way. And the Josephine 5 years ago and the Josephine today is so different.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think that's really part of growing. And I'm so proud of you. I don't think you...
I'm quite proud of myself also.
Yeah,
finally
we
letting
have
go of that
to.
thought.
Yeah,
I
we
will
have
constantly
to.
be like, am I lazy? Am I lazy?
No, not at all. And I'm so sure if you speak to any of your other fellow entrepreneur friends, they would have the same kind of struggle. I think even until today, I'm still learning how to manage a team. Hiring people, something I recently had to learn. It's not easy too.
Yeah, hiring is hard. So hard.
Yeah.
But I know some people are good at it.
To hire, yeah. Some people just have the eye and the brain for it.
Yeah.
But I
It's their
had to
strength.
learn. I had to. And not just hiring, you know, letting people go also is a skill.
Yeah, oh my goodness, I break down also.
You break down along with them, right? I feel
I
like...
fire it, I break down in front of them. It's like, oh my god, it's so awkward.
No, because I think for your personality, you're so soft-spoken and like to do something so difficult, it breaks you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's not easy. I cried also the first person I had to let go. I mean, I didn't cry in front of the person. Actually, I did cry together towards the end. It's okay. I'm so sorry. You know, it's like 邊個炒邊個啊，我都唔知啊. But yeah, it's not an easy thing. And it takes so much courage and so much strength to do things like that. Which is why some people just are okay with being an employee. Like just working for a company, working for a team and being part of that. Because once you have your own brand, you would know your own business.
Yeah.
It's different.
Intense. Yeah.
And I can understand why some people just enjoy doing that, because all these unnecessary stress just ages you by 10 years, you know?
Yeah, it does. It did. My weight keep dropping like 3 kg suddenly, then go back up like 4 kg, then drop again.
I remember you talked about your weight fluctuation because of all these stress as well.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah. Plus I have like this autoimmune thingy, disorder. So like my skin, I would even swell up. So sometimes like I remember I went to like I did this last time. I did like I think it was my Bali trip. There was this one day I woke up very like swollen.
When you say
because of
swell up,
stress.
it's like your body swells up, or like parts of your body just has rashes and swells up?
No, like my face especially and my hands would really like swell up, like
Oh wow.
like water retention kind of look.
Yeah.
Really bad, like, or maybe look like I gained like 5 kg suddenly, my face, or like 3 kg, just look very bloated.
Bloated.
Yeah, I'll get that. And then someone commented like something about plastic surgery. I'm just like,
It's just my autoimmune.
yeah, in my mind it's like my autoimmune it's not plastic surgery. I can't do plastic surgery overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I mean, sometimes people just needs to be kinder even on the internet. Like it really doesn't help. I think for someone who's like me, a little bit more strong-minded. Not strong-minded, I'm just a bit like to fight one, you know. You don't talk like this about me, you know. I will fight back one. But like not everyone's like me, you know. Like you sometimes like you're more an observer.
No, sometimes I get that also.
You get that?
Yeah, sometimes I get that vibe.
Yeah, like, hey, what you say there about me? What the hell? Say one more time. But yeah, I realize sometimes people on the internet are just not so kind. I think it's easier to hide behind the keyboards and the screen.
Yeah.
Say things that they probably don't mean, but it's just fun for them, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Fun.
Yeah, fun to just trigger people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, well, I think it's been quite a journey. So Fondest farewell Fondest collection is the final one. So when can we expect you guys to come back?
Okay.
You don't have to give an
this
exact
one's
time.
like special, like
A special hint, okay?
okay, not so special, I guess. Like it's not so not a hint already. It's
Okay.
kind of like
There.
I'm looking at Chinese New Year, but it's just
Chinese?
maybe Chinese New Year.
Oh, okay.
So if I'm looking at Chinese New Year, I need to start planning next month.
So where's your break? You're not actually taking a break.
Yeah, I kind of realized like can't take a break. I feel even more like, oh my god, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And I'm 28. I need to like quickly.
It's
do
so
something.
young.
No, but I think like, if I plan now, like, and it's just for Chinese New Year, not consistently.
Right.
It's just one big stress during that 3 months, 4 months of that thing when it's ongoing, when it starts selling, because there's a lot of customer service issues. So all the stress will be just that 3 months. Like meanwhile, now I have like 6 months to plan out. It's not that stressful. It's very chill.
So I think it's about really managing and scheduling your time better to pace yourself.
Yeah. So Chinese Year we might be like not be like you just be me already.
Who knows? The person you'll be talking to could join you on board, and who knows, a new era of Fondest.
Yeah.
Your eyes is lit
But I
up
think
already.
if she or he does join me, it will be towards end of next year.
Okay.
Yeah. I still think there's a lot of structure to plan out.
Okay, so now that, to those of you who are listening, you've got a snippet of when Fondest will be back. That's some good
Or
news.
little mini collection only.
Yeah.
Then later on, like the really official one will be much later on.
Yeah, no, I mean, as long as you guys are not leaving, I think that's good news already. So, what's next for you? Is there anything that you are working on apart from Fondest?
I think my parents told me to like explore more and like try different things first. Yeah, because before I even say that I want to quit, my parents told me to like stop, because they can see how unhealthy it is, and
What's unhealthy?
my lifestyle.
Right.
Like it can get very unhealthy, but I think it's only unhealthy because when I focus on something too much, I forget like to eat, to like use the toilet, that kind of thing. It's like really bad, but it's not overall, it's okay one.
Yeah.
So like I think what's next would be just explore, like travel, like get inspiration again, because I haven't felt like inspired for a very long time.
I want to ask though, do you plan to resume your role, your job as a content creator? Or you're happy where you are now?
I am happy where I am, but I think with given free time, I'll also like to like
Open yourself up again.
open myself up, but only to, again, really brands that I'm already
Have
good relationship
relationship
with.
with.
Or a
Okay.
brand that I've been using like since forever, or my mom has been using, me and my mom.
Correct.
And then it's okay.
Well, okay. And we're coming to the end of this episode. And in every episode, we ask our guests this question, okay? So, Josephine, what are you currently head over heels for?
Oh my goodness. Head over heels for
Can be anything.
baby.
Babies?
Like that's the first thing that popped up. Like I guess because currently I really miss my friend's baby.
Oh.
Yeah. Alexander, so cute.
Aww.
Yeah,
And you
probably
actually
seen
have
him
a
on my
Fondest
story.
mini collection too.
Yeah. I wanted to name him after him, but then like there's a lot of complication with other names. I was like, okay, never mind. No name then. This one will just be baby boy. Sure.
Okay, so she's currently head over heels for babies. And the second
Not-
question.
my own
Not
baby.
she's not pregnant, don't worry, guys.
Yeah, I don't want baby also. I'm still very young.
Yeah, she's not planning to have a kid, so don't worry. She just wants someone else's baby. So we can
Yeah,
return,
to play. Yeah, then can return. I have the fun part and then like, okay,
Yeah, the difficult part, the poo-poo part, okay, go give back to the parents. That's the best part. Return policy, very important.
Yeah.
Okay, second question. What's the best or worst advice you've ever received in your journey as an entrepreneur? Or
Worst advice, don't do it.
Oh, who told you that? A lot of people? Don't do what though? To start Fondest?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so one person actually said it a lot to me back then, but out of concern.
For sure.
Yeah, and care. But yeah, that was one of the worst advice ever.
Yeah, because you have no regret starting Fondest.
No, no regret.
Guys, I don't know, like, I mean, to those of you who are listening on Spotify, right? You can really tell how Josephine's eyes just lit up and she just becomes a happier, bubblier person whenever she talks about fashion and Fondest. But when we talk about content creators, she's just a bit like down a bit. And I can feel the energy and it tells. So don't ever
Maybe
stop.
I should watch back this episode.
Yeah, you can watch yourself.
But
If
I
you
feel
can,
like I'll
then you
cringe.
cringe again. So it's okay. I mean, it's up to you. We'll have snippets, so you'll be able to watch that. Okay. Any best advice though that maybe your dad gave you?
Best advice. I think not really. Like, I don't know where I like saw this. Maybe YouTube on like advice. Sometimes I watch random stuff about life advice and stuff, and then got this one said about focusing on the system, perfecting the system instead of the end goal. It's something like going to gym is all about just showing up. Don't think about it first. Don't think about
How you
your
look at
weight
the end of
loss, and everything. Just go to the gym.
Yeah.
Just show up and then try to give your 100%. If you can't get 100% that day, it's okay. Just show up first. That kind of thing. Yeah.
So it's not always about the destination, but what you've learned along the way in your journey is more important.
Yes. So when I was like, I think doing Fondest, I was trying to perfect things so much and it makes me feel not fulfilled. Yeah, so when I started letting go that and focus more on cleaning up my system,
Yeah.
I felt a bit more like, okay, I see a progress,
Yeah.
improvement in whatever I was doing. Like if it's product, then really focusing, okay, this measurement, we should really write it down. Have a really like all this system, like a proper, they call it like a tag pack. I think like you draw out and then like, oh, okay, this distance is this. We write it down. So next time when we do this, we know that this shirt was this.
Yeah.
So like we need to, if you want to change, I don't know how to explain. Clothing construction is very
Complicated. It sounds complicated.
Yeah. So when you do it, it'll be a lot smoother and you can understand better and refer back a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Speaking of clothing construction, I think her corset is one of the most beautiful, well-built corset I've ever seen. Like locally made, very good. Good job, babe. Seriously.
Sorry, this one is not locally made.
Oh, really?
This one is China.
Right, but like locally.
This is
local
locally.
brand,
Yeah.
right? Like from a local brand, really one of the best corsets because I've purchased many corsets from wherever, made in wherever, doesn't matter. But the brand, they will sell it so well. Pictures look so good, but when I wear it, it doesn't fit. The quality is just not there.
Yeah.
Because corset is so important. It has to lift you, but at the same time, kind of like really snug your body really nicely without making you feel suffocated.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important because back in the days, whenever you think of corset, right, just do not breathe, suck it in. But no. I think you guys did very well with the corsets. Is it sold out yet?
I think it's almost gone.
So if you guys still want to buy it, go check it out.
There's certain size we still have it.
Yeah, I'm at size M or S.
Your S.
S. She keeps
You
saying
got the
I'm
yellow
S.
one is S, right?
Yeah, I went back to try. It fits.
I think your mind is like local brands cutting smaller.
Correct. So actually, her cutting is really like good. I love it.
Towards more US kind of cuts.
Yeah, European size, right? Okay, one last one. 3 words or sentences to describe your life right now.
Open. Exciting. Nervous.
Nervous?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
every time there's excitement, I'll feel nervous also at the same time.
I think that's very fair given whatever that you've been through and going through. And I'm excited for you to take that short break in between before you start working on what's next for you again. And I also have to say though, after knowing Josephine, like from the first day I met you till today, this Josephine that's sitting here in front of me, I can definitely feel the growth and the difference in the best way possible. So yeah, very proud of you. Like, don't undermine yourself because I feel like you've done so well despite the struggles and difficulties and whatever that you say that you feel like you're not good enough. I think you're so good, and you just have to give yourself credit for that.
Thank you so much.
I'm sure Arwin will say the same thing.
He shout at me. He used to shout at me a lot when I'm like negative talk.
Yeah, he and I mean you, Arvin and you have a really sweet friendship. I think that's so cute. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of which, I think that's it.
Actually, there's something I need to bring
please.
up. I wanted to bring up earlier. So I also want to clarify that the only reason I'm doing this is, first of all, Maggie makes me feel comfortable talking to Maggie. And another thing was, I just want to like say it so that everyone get to understand, because a lot of people kept asking me, and I felt like, you know, if I come to this podcast and just say everything, lay it all out, then everyone get to understand at the same time. Because some people also do like friends, not in a bad way. They think that it was a marketing thing, like this whole farewell gimmick was like a marketing gimmick. I'll just come back. It's not. It's So I just really want to put it out there because I don't want people to think that I come on this podcast wanting more attention on Fondest.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, so I think.
Right. Okay. But actually my next question was my final question was, is there anything you want to share that you didn't get to but you just did?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah. But did I cover everything though that you want to share about this whole episode with Fondest? Is there anything else you feel like it will help your audience or your fans or followers of Fondest to have a better context of what they can expect? Stay on is not the end, but you do need a bit of time to recalibrate because it's been really overwhelming for you and the brand. That's what I gathered.
Oh, I think it would be nice if they could turn on the notification on Instagram feed. Because we will go quiet for a very long time. And Instagram, they won't favor our algorithm anymore. So even though you are following us, but you won't see when we do come back, when we do post a picture and say we're coming back, you won't see us anymore because Instagram algorithm will just like slide us aside.
The moment your account is inactive, you'll be in the sideline lah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys keep a lookout for it. It's not actually, it's a farewell for now.
Yeah.
But not forever. Okay. Fondest will be back. Josephine will be back. And if you guys want to follow her journey, follow her on Instagram. It's JY Josephine. Is it still the same Instagram handle? Yes, JY Josephine. And with that, I always say, don't forget to follow Head Over Heels for yourself as and always. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. I know what it feels like going to the gym and feel completely clueless and intimidated. I was once there. That's why I started Motion Lab. We're a fitness studio that focuses on small group classes and personal training. Our goal is simple, to help you move better so you can live better. Start your first class for only 49 ringgit today. For more info, go to www.motionlab.live or check us out on IG at motionlabmy. It's motionlabmy.